What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another awesome episode, another edition of Tackle Tuesday, where every Tuesday we come out with these short little videos on tackle. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at SaltNative, and let me tell you what, these lures are off the hook. This specifically paddle tail is called a Skelly Swim, and I've been using it for a few weeks now, and you see me catch a lot of fish on them, and they're legit paddle tails. I mean, this is a paddle tail you're going to see me using a lot more on the channel. You even see Mark MDLR using it, and he's also slaying the redfish, flounder, and trout. If you're interested in the Skelly Swim from SaltNative, click that link below. It will take you directly to Shop Karl's. I'm genuinely really happy with these. These are legit paddle tails. But today we are talking about how I like to rig up a paddle tail, which goes hand in hand with the Skelly Swim. Or if you don't want to use a Skelly Swim, you want to use any other paddle tail, it applies to that too. So let's get right into it. Alright, so if you guys know, I fish the marsh. I fish very shallow water. I mean, the deepest the marsh will get on average would probably be 4 to 5 feet if I'm lucky, but mostly it's like a foot or less inches of water. And I like to use the swim hook. And you're probably asking yourself, well, why not just use a regular jig head? Well, I find that the weighted bottom on a swim hook tends to make the paddle tail like have some more movement because there's weight down there and it's wiggling. I mean, that's just, maybe it's a psychological thing, but I've caught a lot of big fish on a paddle tail rigged up with a swim hook. Benefits of a swim hook is, number one, as I said, it's weighted at the bottom. Number two, it makes it weedless. I know, like in my area, there's not much weeds. There's more oyster and mud, but sometimes it's good to have that versatility and having weedless just in case if I need to, but I just prefer to use a swim hook on my paddle tails. Now that I explained why I like to use my paddle tails with a swim hook, let me show you exactly how I rig it up. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of these swim hooks out of the pack here, 360 GT Coastal. A very worthy swim hook because it retains the sharpness, the weight is perfectly balanced, and it doesn't rust. I mean, I've had other brands before, after using them in the brackish water, they tend to rust. But anyways, this is a swim hook right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to grab a paddle tail, the Skelly Swim more specifically, but you can use any paddle tail you wish, and then we're going to screw it on there and plug it into there, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. Alright, here's our Skelly Swim. This is a root beer color specifically. So really easily, what you want to do is you want to make sure the tail end is pointing downwards, meaning the heavy part of the tail is pointing downwards, because you don't want to rig it upside down like that. I mean, I guess you can, it'll still move, but with the weight being the bottom, it was designed to swim just like this. And have you noticed, guys, that the Skelly Swim's tail looks like a shrimp? So all in all, to me, it's more like a hybrid paddle tail, a regular, like a minnow paddle tail with a shrimp imitation, I mean, just blended in. I mean, it's pretty cool. That's why it has a lot of movement, and that's why it's been pretty effective with reds and flounder in our area. So anyways, so what we're going to do, pick up our swim hook here. Then we're going to locate the front end of the paddle tail, and we're going to put the screw lock right in the middle there, and then we're just going to twist it on like so. Just like that. And look at that. That is pretty secured on. You don't want to go all the way. I guess you can if you wanted to, but I tend to go probably 3/4 of the way. So it just gives me more wiggle room if I need to adjust it more if it begins to tear. But with this one, it doesn't really tear, so I guess that's a moot point. But anyways, what you want to do is you want to see where the hook is going to end up at, right about this area. I'm going to mentally mark that. And then we are going to insert it right in the middle there, and then it should come right on top, just like that, very nicely. Bam, just like that, and you have your paddle tail rigged up with the perfect swim hook that's going to give it the most movement that I've experienced from my trips on the water. Now you can make this weedless if you want to push, if you want to push the hook into the paddle tail itself like that. There, boom, no paddle, no hook exposed that's going to catch grass. But like I said, in my area, I don't have to really worry about that, so I don't really worry about it. I just hook it through And the plastic is so durable, so sticky, it actually sticks onto the hook and it doesn't actually fall down very easily. So it retains this shape right here, even if I catch a lot of fish. Now the fish will hit it, like the redfish will hit it and it'll get stuck right there, just like that. Pretend my hand's a mouth, bam, boom, it gets stuck. After you unhook it, you just put it back to normal. As I said, the plastic is so sticky, so durable, it'll hold its position. And that's the way I like to hook it up. All right, now that we have our paddle tail hooked up to our swim hook, let's go ahead and show you what kind of knot I like to use. I like to use a fluorocarbon 12-pound leader. A lot of you guys like to use 20 pounds, whatever you're more comfortable with, but keep in mind the paddle tail and the swim hook I use, well, the swim hook itself is 1/8 ounce 3/0. You can go up to 4/0 if you wish. 4/0 would probably be a little bit better fit, but this is generally what I like to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the fluorocarbon leader line here, and then I'll show you the knot I like to tie. The knot I like to use is called a modified trilene knot. I've been using it for many years, and I have yet to have it fail on me. And then this is, to this day, this is what I use for majority of all my lures, honestly, when I fish the marsh. So we have our fluorocarbon leader here. I know you really can't see it because it's so thin, but what we're going to do is we're going to put it through the hole just like so, just like that. Pull it where you can have enough control of it. You're going to hold it right here between your fingers where the hole is at, and or the loop, excuse me. And then we're going to twist it on 4 times. What I like to do is I like to actually kind of put my finger right here and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay, then I'm going to put it through the hole right here, like that. And then I'm going to put the tag in through this hole right there, right that, and just cinch it down. Boom, just like that. And that's your trilene knot right here. I really hope you guys can see this. I know it's a little bit bright, but here's my tag in right there. Let's go and cut that off. Now, I don't like to cut it all the way down by the swim hook. I like to leave probably about maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't know, that's just my superstition. I don't like to cut it too low, and a lot of people will disagree with me, but this has worked best for me, just like that. And you're ready to go. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what you think. You think I'm crazy for using a swim hook all the time? Would you rather use jig head? You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I just really like to read all the comments and hear your guys' thoughts about this. If you made it this far, also, why don't you give me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And once again, thank you to Catch Co for sponsoring the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.